here's why I wrote this book. I've always been obsessed with good time management. I believe that good time management is part of our response to the gospel, as Paul makes pretty clear in Ephesians 5, where this phrase redeeming your time comes from. And so because of my obsession with time management, I've read, I don't know, something like 40 books on this topic over the last decade. And I have three really big problems with a lot of those titles. Number one, they tend to be centered on what I call works-based productivity, right? So the message is, hey, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed. The solution is follow my system, do steps X, Y, and Z, and then you will find peace. That's baloney for Christ followers, right? Through Jesus Christ, we already peace. And so we can adopt this grace-based approach to productivity that says, I already have peace because I'm an adopted child of God. Now, I do time management exercises X, Y, and Z, but I don't do them to get peace. I do them in response to peace. So I wanted to write a book that started with that as the foundation. The second problem I have with a lot of these books is I have never read a time management book that accounted for how the author of time managed his time when he came to earth in the person of Jesus Christ. This is crazy. Christian or not, it's very hard to dispute that Jesus was the most productive human being who has ever lived. And yet we don't study the Gospels for what they are, which are biographies. That's what Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are. So I went back to the Gospel and said, okay, how did Jesus manage his time? Sure, he didn't have a to-do list. He didn't have a calendar or a smartwatch. But I believe there are at least 7 timeless time management principles from the life of Christ. And that's what I drew out and packaged up into Redeeming Your Time. That's what the book is, these 7 principles and these 30 modern day practices to help us live out those principles today. I'll tell you what, Jeffrey, the last reason why I wrote this book, the last motivation. Previously, I would sit down and have coffee with people struggling with time management.